The HIV epidemic remains a major global public health challenge, with a total of 33.3 million people living with HIV worldwide. According to World Health Organization, in 2009 alone, 2.6 million people were newly infected with HIV and 1.8 million people died of AIDS. In Kenya, some people are still not being reached with HIV prevention and treatment services. One such place that is yet to be reached is Shambani village, about 6 kilometers from Isiolo town. People here are struggling with accessing the most basic tool in the HIV/AIDS prevention.
So when you use one, you reuse again like 3 times. You just wash with water, and because it loses its lubricants, you apply some cooking oil. If we don't get trust condoms, we use polythene.
I'm getting it from you for the first time. I think the issue of the polythene bag is that it's exaggerated.
Even though this may seem far-fetched in this age and time, access, especially in rural areas, remains a big challenge.
If a person fears for his life but he doesn't have a condom, he will be forced to find alternative ways. If he was lucky to borrow a condom from a friend, he will use, and in readiness for tomorrow, he washes so he can reuse.
I feel really bad because for me there is no place I can run to. Let's say I could have bought that pack of 3. I can use 1 or 2. When they are over, what can I do? That's why it makes me walk around with even a salt pepper or sugar pepper.
Andrew Akai, 20 years old, considers himself a lucky man because he knows that it's necessary to use protection to prevent HIV and AIDS and STI infection. But how he uses his protection is quite another story. He is among the residents here who have reused condoms and polythene papers on many occasions. He says these may not change soon unless conditions here change as well.
When you get one, you keep. We have so many problems. We don't have shops nearby. In town, they sell 2 for 20 shillings.
The free supply of condoms stalled in many parts of the country for over 3 months and is in the process of being resolved. So it may be no wonder that those who cannot afford to buy them rely on these.
We realized there was shortage from late last year. When we reported their areas, NEFAC is national. There are some districts that used to call reporting that there are no condoms at the health care facilities, public dispensers.
We assess the situation at Isiolo town. Here, we find that the condom dispensers are empty at all utilities, including the main government hospital. They have been empty for a very long time.
Even some have cobwebs. They haven't been in use for a long time. They should just be removed.
15 to 20 million is what is estimated by NASCOP as monthly consumption of condoms in the country. Murenga says these figures may not be current. Therefore, the government needs to re-strategize as condom use has increased with increased public awareness.
I think there's a lot of donor fatigue towards HIV and AIDS management. Maybe if the government could take over from the donors, then I think we can still continue managing. But if that is not done, then there's a disaster waiting to happen.
I'll confidently say by June we'll have saturated the market, and at least we know every person would be able to access condoms, because that is the time we think we are going to reach a normal state in the country.
June is about 4 months away, and this is the second time in the country that there has been such a crisis. Will there be a third or maybe a fourth crisis? The cheapest condom costs about 20 shillings for a pack of 3. But the dilemma for the residents of Shambani is one. How do they trade food in this drought-stricken area for a condom?
For as long as I can remember, I have never seen any organization bringing condoms or educating the community on protection on HIV and AIDS.
Despite the harsh economic times and unavailability of condoms, lack of proper information could be the missing link in this community.
I am begging they should send us so many condoms. Instead of concentrating in big towns, they should bring to the grassroots so that we can be saved.
Join us this Saturday as we bring you an in-depth story on how this community goes about the business of reusing condoms. Reporting for Eyewitness News, I'm Violet Otindo.